Hello everyone, in this video we will learn about algae. So any organism that is bearing the chlorophyll, its body structure is simple thalloid. Thalloid means if its body is not differentiated in root, stem and leaf, and also it is autotrophic and largely they are aquatic. That means they are living in water, or either they are living in fresh water or marine water. So if these characters are found in any organism, then we can put them in algae group. Now, not only in fresh water, they occur in variety of habitat, just like moist stone, soils and wood. That means they are not only aquatic, they can found on terrestrial environment also. Now some of them are also associate with fungi and animals. Like we know about the lichens in which fungi is living with algae. That means it is a mixture of fungi and algae. So lichen is the example. And also it is found with animal also, like the sloth bear. Now the form and size of algae is highly variable. The size range from the microscopic unicellular forms like the Chlamydomonas to the colonial form like the Volvox. That means in algae, the size and the form is highly variable. If we observe the Chlamydomonas, so it is a unicellular microscopic, while if we are observing the Volvox, so it is forming a colony. And some of them are filamentous, just like Eulothrix and Spirogyra. So these type of algae are filamentous, and some of the marine form, they are forming a massive plant body. That means they are not only very small, they are making the massive plant body also. So in this diagram we can see the first diagram is the Volvox. In this Volvox it is creating the colony, and in this colony we can easily observe the daughter colonies also. The second one is the Chlamydomonas, and which have a flagella for the movement. And in third we have the Chara, that is having the branches and also having the axis. In diagram B, so this is the brown algae. So first is the laminaria. So in this laminaria it has a holdfast, which is just act to hold the plant body or the algal body to the surface. So this holdfast is only to attach its body to the surface. It also have a strap and the frond. This frond is just like a leaf lamella. In the second we have the fucus. So this fucus also have a holdfast. It also have a midrib. It also have a frond and the air bladder that provide it buoyancy. In third it is a dictyota. So this dictyota, it has a stripe, it has a frond. So these type of structures are found in this brown algae. And at the last we have the red algae. So first is the Porphyra, it also have a frond, and the second one is the Polysiphonia, which has a branches and a main axis. So by observing these type of diagram we can easily say, or we can easily observe the variety of shape and size which is found in algae. Now the algae are reproduced by the vegetative, asexual and sexual mode. That means they are using the all three modes for the reproduction. In vegetative phase or in vegetative reproduction, it is done by basically the fragmentation. That means by using the fragmentation or any fragment, it will develop into a complete thallus. In asexual reproduction, it is basically done by the spores, and most commonly being the zoospore. And these zoospores are motile, and whenever these flagellated or motile zoospores are germinating, it will produce a new plant. In sexual reproduction, it is done by the fusion of two gametes. And if the gametes can be flagellated and smaller in size, like the Chlamydomonas, or it may be non-flagellated, non-motile, but similar in size, like the Spirogyra. So, if the gametes are same in size, in that case we can say it is a isogamous. That means if both the gametes are of same size and shape, in that we can say it is a isogamous. And if the size is varying, like in some of the Chlamydomonas species, so these type of reproduction or this type of fusion in which the dissimilar size of gametes are fusing, we call them anisogamous fusion. So if the size and structure of the gametes are same, then we can say it is a isogamous. And if the size and shape of the gamete is not same, it is dissimilar, then we can say it is anisogamous. And also the fusion between the one large non-motile female gamete. That means female gamete is very large, it is non-motile, and it is fused by a motile male gamete, which is obviously in small in size. Then this type of fusion is known as the oogamous. So if the size of the gametes are same and then they are fusing, then it is isogamous. If size of the gametes are varying or it is dissimilar, then we can say it is anisogamous. And if the female gamete is large in size, it is non-motile, and it is fused by a male gamete which is motile and smaller in size, then this type of fusion is known as oogamous fusion. Now algae are very useful for human beings in various ways. In variety of ways, these algae are very useful for the human beings. How? At least half of the total carbon dioxide is fixed on the earth, carried out by the algal by photosynthesis. That means by these algae, they are fixing the half of the total carbon dioxide in the atmosphere by the photosynthesis. And also it is increasing the oxygen in the immediate environment by this photosynthesis. That means whenever these algae are doing the photosynthesis, they will also fix the carbon dioxide, and they are fixing the, or they are producing the oxygen which is transferred in the environment also. And they are also producing the energy rich compound which is the main source for the food for all aquatic animals. That means whatever the aquatic animals are present in different type of habitat, in these type of aquatic environment, the algae which is producing the food component by photosynthesis, it is the main source of food for these type of animals. And many species just like Porphyra, Laminaria and Sargassum, these are the species of algae, of marine algae, that we are used as a food. That means these type of algae are using as a food in various of countries. Now some of the marine blue and red algae are producing large amount of hydrocolloids, that is water holding substances like algin and carrageen. So these type of water holding colloids are also obtained from brown and red algae. So algin is basically obtained from brown algae and carrageen is obtained from the red algae. And it is used as commercially. That means all these are commercially used for different companies and different purpose. Agar. This agar, it is also a commercial product and it is obtained from the Gelidium and Gracilaria. And they are used for growing the microbes and also for the preparation of ice creams and jelly. That means this agar is used in microbiology and also it is used for making the ice cream and jellies. Now chlorella and spirulina. So these spirulina are unicellular algae rich in protein and are used for the food supplement even by the space travel. That means the space travelers are not having so much space for carrying the food, so they are using the algae like chlorella and spirulina as a food supplement. Now all the algae are broadly divided into three main groups: the Chlorophyceae, Phaeophyceae and the Rhodophyceae. Now let's discuss about the chlorophyceae. So the members of chlorophyceae are commonly called the green algae, and the plant body may be unicellular, colonial, or filamentous. That means they can either found in unicellular form, they can found in colonies also, or it may be filamentous also. And they are usually grass green due to the dominant pigment called the chlorophyll A and B. That means in these type of algae, the dominant pigment is chlorophyll A and B is found, and the pigment is located in a definite chloroplast. So they have a definite chloroplast, and their shape of chloroplast will be discoid, plate-like, reticulate, cup-shape, spiral or ribbon shape in different species. So in different species, different shape of chloroplast will be found. It may be discoid, plate-like, reticulate, cup-shape, spiral or ribbon-like. Now most of the members have one or more storage bodies. They are called the pyrenoid. So these pyrenoids are basically the storing bodies which are found in most of the members of this chlorophyceae. And these pyrenoids are located inside the chloroplast. So in the chloroplast they are having a additional storage body that we call the pyrenoid. And pyrenoid, it is consisting the protein, it is not consisting the starch. In plants basically they are storing the food material as a starch, but in these pyrenoids they are storing as a protein. In some algae, the food or the stored food is also in the form of oil droplets. That means they are not using the starch as the reserve food or the stored food, they are using the oil droplets. And green algae usually have a rigid cell wall which is basically made up of cellulose, which is from the inside, and from outside it is pectose. So their cell wall is basically made up of two layers. From inside it is made up of cellulose, and from outside the outer layer is made up of pectose. Now in chlorophyceae, the vegetative reproduction is usually take place by the fragmentation or by the formation of different type of spores. So for the vegetative reproduction they are using the fragmentation or different type of spores, and asexual reproduction is by the flagellated zoospore which is produced in zoosporangia. So asexual reproduction is basically done by zoospore, which is a motile structure, and the zoospores are produced in a special structure that we call the zoosporangia. And the sexual reproduction shows a considerable variation in the type of and the formation of sex cell, and it may be isogamous, anisogamous, or oogamous. That means in sexual reproduction there is a very considerable variation in which they are using the isogamous, anisogamous, and oogamous type of fusion. Now some commonly found green algae are the Chlamydomonas, Volvox, Eulothrix, Spirogyra, and Chara. So these are the few algae or green algae that we can found somewhere. Now the next is Phaeophyceae. So the members of Phaeophyceae are also known as the brown algae, and they are found prominently in the marine habitat. That means basically they are found in marine habitat and they are called the brown algae. Now they are showing a great variation in size and forms. That means they can found in the form of branched, it may be filamentous form like the ectocarpus, or it is profusely branched as represented by the kelp, which may be reached at the height of 100 meters. That means from the branch to filamentous and also to the profusely branched like kelp, and it can be reached the height of 100 meters. And they possess a main pigment that is the chlorophyll A and C. It also contains the carotenoid and the xanthophylls. So these are the some pigments that is found in these type of Phaeophyceae algae. And the vary of in color from olive green to the various shade of brown depending on the amount of the xanthophyll pigment, phycoxanthin, present in them. That means the xanthophylls and the phycoxanthin or fucoxanthin. These type of pigments are found in various amount or in different amount. So according or the depend on the amount of these pigment, the shade of the algae become vary. That means it may be from the olive green to the brown shade. Now in these type of algae, the food is stored as a complex carbohydrates and which may be in the form of laminarin and mannitol. So in these type of algae, the food is not stored in the form of a starch. It may be a complex carbohydrate that is in the form of laminarin or mannitol. The vegetative cell have a cellulosic wall usually covered the outside by a gelatinous coat of algin. That means in these type of algae, the vegetative cell is having the cell wall which is cellulosic or cellulose, and it is covered by a gelatinous coating that we call the algin. In these type of algae, the food is stored in the form of a complex carbohydrate in the form of laminarin and mannitol. So in these two forms, the food is stored in these type of algae, and vegetative cell has a cellulosic cell wall and it is covered by a outer gelatinous covering that is called the algin. So the vegetative cell is covered by a cell wall, and this cell wall is also covered by a gelatinous coat that we call the algin, and this algin is found only in the brown algae. And the protoplasm contains, in addition to plastid, a centrally located vacuole and a nucleus. That means in their protoplasm, they, in addition to plastid, they are also having the centrally located vacuole and a nucleus. And the plant body is usually attached to the substratum by a holdfast. So it is a portion, it is the bottom portion by which the plant body is attached to the any surface, and it has a stalk that we call the stripe and the leaf-like photosynthetic organ that we call the frond. So in these type of algae, it containing the three portion. First is the holdfast, which is used to attach the plant body by the substratum. Second is the stalk, which is a branch-like structure, and the last thing is the frond, which is the photosynthetic organ. The vegetative reproduction is take place by the fragmentation. Asexual reproduction is mostly done by the biflagellated zoospore that are pear in shape and have a two unequal lateral attached flagella. That means in these type of algae, the asexual reproduction is basically done by the biflagellated zoospore. That means the zoospore that containing two flagellas, and these zoospores are pear shaped and they are having the two unequal laterally attached flagella. Now sexual reproduction is maybe isogamous, anisogamous or oogamous, and if the sexual reproduction is of oogamous type, in that condition it will be done within the oogonium in species in which the oogamous type of fusion is found. The gametes are pyriform, that means it is of pear shape and bear the two lateral attached flagella, and the common forms are the ectocarpus, dictuata, laminaria, sargassum and fucus. So these are some of the brown algae which are found in aquatic habitat. Now rhodophyceae. So rhodophyta are commonly called the red algae. That means the algae which is included in this group are basically having the red color, and that is why we call them red algae. And just because they are having a predominant red pigment, that is R-phycoerythrin. So due to this R-phycoerythrin, their body is getting the red color. And majority of the red algae are marine, and their great concentration are found in the warmer area. So yeah, they are basically a marine algae, and they are found basically or greatly in that area which is quite warmer, and they can found in both well lighted region which is close to the surface of the water, and also they are found in the great depth in the ocean where the relativity light concentration is quite less. That means they can found in the lighted region also, and they can found in the those region there which are getting the less light. Now the red thalli is, most of the red algae are multicellular. That means most of them are multicellular and they are having a complex body organization, and they are storing the food as a Floridian starch, which is very similar to the amylopectin and glycogen in structure which is found in animals. We all know that glycogen is the storage food in animals. So Floridian starch, it is very similar to the amylopectin and glycogen, which is similar to the animals. Now red algae usually reproduce by the vegetatively fragmentation. That means these type of red algae having the vegetative reproduction by the fragmentation, and they reproduce asexually by the non-motile spore and sexually by the non-motile gametes. That means if they are reproducing by vegetative reproduction, in that case they will be done by using the fragmentation, and if they are reproduced asexually, it will be done by non-motile spore, and if it is done sexual reproduction, then they are using the non-motile gametes. Now important thing is that the sexual reproduction is of oogamous and accompanied by the complex post-fertilization development. That means in these type of algae, first of all, the sexual reproduction is of oogamous type, and it is accompanied by the complex post-fertilization development. And the commonly members are Polysiphonia, Porphyra, Glacilaria, and Gelidium. So these are the some red algae found in the oceans.